As all tennis fans will know, it's just a few weeks until Wimbledon, when the nation will focus yet again on hopes that Tim Henman will finally lift that famous trophy.
Yeah, but what about the tennis stars of the future? Well, two children from Leeds who excelled during a nationwide training scheme have been chosen to compete in a junior event at Wimbledon just before the main championships.
And today, the budding tennis stars had a real treat when they picked up some coaching tips from three-times Wimbledon champion Boris Becker. Dave Harrison went along to watch the action.
So, a little softer, otherwise I don't have a chance. Oh, the middle, always the forehand, the middle.
Tips from the master. Boris Becker was just 17 when he was crowned the youngest ever Wimbledon champion. And these two hopefuls from Leeds plan to follow in his tennis shoes. Naiktha and James were picked from 10,000 youngsters, and they've made it to the final 20 in a nationwide talent search to find the tennis greats of the future. Naiktha's only 7.
It's a good sport. It's a fun sport as well because you get to play at Wimbledon once you get good.
And do you think you'll be a Wimbledon champion one
day? Yeah, I think so.
And all 20 youngsters will get a game at Wimbledon in front of Tim Henman and their new coach Boris. So are these two future champions?
Very good. She's a talented 7-year-old. I'm impressed.
So after this final coaching session, this pair will be walking out on the world's most famous courts in a couple of weeks' time. So pressure mounting on these young shoulders. But then this pair are so confident they have every intention of returning to SW19 as future Wimbledon champions.
And remember where you saw them first, right here on Calendar. Now,
And a girl from Leeds has been picked by Boris Becker and Tim Henman as the country's brightest tennis talent for the future. 7-year-old Naiktha Bains was rated as the best player out of more than 10,000 hopefuls who entered a competition. The event, which was supported by the Lawn Tennis Association, aims to find the champions of the future.
It's a fantastic opportunity. They've got 12 months ahead of them, some really good quality coaching, and I'm sure if they keep working hard, they can really keep progressing.
And finally, to the search for a new tennis ace. When it comes to top players, the UK hasn't produced a champ since Virginia Wade in 1977. So British #1 Tim Henman and former Wimbledon winner Boris Becker have joined forces to find junior players with star quality. The search for future tennis talent began months ago, involving 10,000 young players from across the country. The competition was judged by a team of coaches, plus Tim Henman and former player Boris Becker, who became the youngest player to win the Wimbledon Championship when he was just 17. So what was Boris looking for when picking the winners?
For me personally, it was very important that the kids have a smile on their face when they play tennis, because that's the main thing, that they love the game of tennis. Of course, the forehand should be all right, the serve should be in place, but most importantly, that they have a good time playing tennis.
Before the judges made their decision, the children were put through their paces on court.
They've got so much motivation. They're so keen to play, and that's important because there's certainly a lot of practicing to be done, and I'm sure at a similar age I wasn't too different.
So how does it feel to have won?
It's very exciting because when you get really, really good, you get to play at Wimbledon like Tim and Boris.
So what advice have the players passed on?
Never give up and keep on practicing.
Both winners will now be entitled to a year's free coaching to help them progress in the sport.
From Leeds has been picked by Boris Becker and Tim Henman as the country's brightest tennis talent for the future. 7-year-old Naiktha Bains was rated as the best player out of more than 10,000 hopefuls who entered a competition. The event, which was supported by the Lawn Tennis Association, aims to find the champions of the future. Tim Henman now reckons the two finalists could both do well.
It's a fantastic opportunity. They've got 12 months ahead of them, some really good quality coaching, and I'm sure if they keep working hard, they can really keep progressing.
Well, a youngster from Leeds who was chosen to take part in a tennis competition by some of the game's top players has gone on to win it. 7-year-old Naiktha Bains beat nearly 10,000 hopefuls to take part in the Tennis Ace final competition and had coaching from Boris Becker and Tim Henman.
Meet our region's new tennis ace who's hoping to make an impression at Wimbledon.